late day light people would like that.
How about this? We'll make nobody happy.
Right.
They'd be basically off from the whole world.
Right, yeah, because and especially with all the people that live in Michigan that spend time in Florida. Well, what time is it? What time is it for Grandma? Well, it's 1 o'clock here. It's 1:30 there.
Yes.
It's going to definitely throw off the early bird special.
But he's thrown it out. Hey, if you're looking for a new job, this could be it. Wendy's is hiring a CTO, a Chief Tasting Officer, and it pays $100,000.
Oh,
yeah, and it's a temporary role. It's not going to be an ongoing thing. But the job listing says that basically you'll get paid to eat Wendy's, and they say they're hiring a chief tasting officer. You'll help bring the vibes, taste, and creativity to the company in a way no one else can. It says basically you'll get paid to eat Wendy's, be chill, and maybe make some content. So you're going to be kind of a content creator. You can go online and apply. Basically, the skills required, it says you need a human mouth, a pulse, and opinions. And they said this is a job AI can't take because no mouth.
Not a human mouth, anyway.
And no pulse.
True.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Human mouth. We need a human mouth.
Yes.
That's an odd prerequisite, isn't it?
Very odd. It's Heather with the news. Gator's in studio. Gator, what's up?
I'm ready to apply. I mean, I think it's a good side hustle.
Yeah.
Wendy's taste tester or whatever.
For $100K?
Yeah.
Sure.
Do it for far less.
Do you guys have go-to karaoke songs? I don't know if you heard Heather's this weekend going to a karaoke party.
I know Doug does.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Doug's got one.
We've already heard it.
Yeah, I've heard Doug sing it a million times.
Not the one we played.
You guys played this morning. I am a brandy by Looking Glass guy. You're a fine girl. What a good wife you would be. Your eyes could steal a sailor from the sea. And
that's how he sings it too, Doug. Doug just talks it through.
One of the reasons why it's a great karaoke song is because you can basically talk it. If you see the word, that song can just be talked.
Okay, wait, what's the song?
Brandy by Looking Glass.
Brandy.
Oh,
is
that's
the, name
the
of
song.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
Real quick, Gator, yours?
Mine is probably Cool Change from Little River Band. I love LRB. I think Little River Band is incredibly underrated, and I'm not ashamed anymore.
How does it go?
I didn't know they were rated.
I don't feel like singing it right.
I don't know what it is.
Can you hum it?
It's a song from like the late 70s, early 80s.
Carson Anderson next, 97.1.
This is your latest Michigan Ski Report. I'm Jason Dean with SnowCountry.com. Find what you need to get projects done from brands you trust at prices you'll love. Lowe's. We help. You save. A season's worth of snow is holding strong on our trails, and with milder temps sticking around, it's time to tap into spring skiing this weekend. From smooth turns on softer snow to parties and barbecues on the deck, there's a special energy to skiing in March. At Shanty Creek, they are wide open. That's 42 trails for you. Bittersweet on all of their terrain. Mount Holly also wide open. Pine Knob skiing 14 of their trails, 15 at Alpine Valley. They've got action till 9 o'clock every night of the week at Alpine Valley. Crystal Mountain on nearly every trail. Machine Groom to Pack Powder, 58 runs there. Nubs Knob on all 53 of their trails. Searchmont skiing 95% of their terrain. They've got machine groomed and variable conditions, close to 24 trails to choose from. Check out more at snowcountry.com. I'm Jason Dean.
101.1 WGRY Grayling, a division of Blarney Stone Broadcasting, with 97.1 Detroit Sports Radio Network, powered by Gardner White Furniture in Gaylord. Same owners, same location, all new attitude. Up North Sports Radio.
Good morning, Northern Michigan. Welcome to Friday Faceoff here on Up North Sports Radio 101.1 WGRY, brought to us by TVCAirport.com. Jerry Coyne, Rich Calkins in studio. Rich, time to hit the panic button.
Well, it certainly has been a different Pistons team the past couple of weeks with ramped up competition, playing playoff teams.
Yep.
And, it's kind of opening up eyes around the league as to some of the shortcomings of this Pistons team. And, hey, we've had a magical run thus far. And we'll see what kind of adjustments they can make. It was nice to see trying to pull out a positive from last night is Herder playing. I did. Yeah, some some silly things there, but he got more playing time, scored some points, and the only thing I can think of, they've really been working on a shot during practices when they've had an opportunity.
Did he make it 3 last night?
I don't even know.
I don't think so.
But
I mean, and look at Victor Wembanyama had a coming out party like you cannot believe.
He just absolutely controls that paint and the Pistons rely on a lot of paint scoring.
Well, that's the problem. You know, the more than any other team in the NBA that I can think of, the Pistons are a horrible matchup for the San Antonio Spurs because they take 10 less threes than every other team in the league. They make the least amount of threes of any other team in the league. They go to the rim.
Yep.
If this was the NBA of 15 years ago, this team would be unstoppable.
Right.
But Wembanyama is, truly a unicorn.
Oh, my God. That wingspan is unbelievable. You know, how he can swat things out of the paint. Cade Cunningham, that's how he gets so many of his points. Jalen Duren, how does he get putbacks and things like that? And when you have that 7'5" or 7'7" monster down low with it appears like a 30-foot wingspan, it's hard to get your buckets like you normally do.
Yeah, a lot of people were thinking that the return of Isaiah Stewart would be helpful in guarding Wembanyama. Obviously, that was not true. I mean, he had a game. He eclipsed every single number that he's had. Yes. He's never had a game like this in the NBA.
Right.
I think he had a couple of them in France. Yeah. We're not in France.
We're not in France any longer.
No. When I say panic, I mean panic. Yeah. I mean, the Pistons have outworked every team they've played.
Exactly.
And the level of effort in the NBA during the regular season is questionable.
It is.
Not even counting load management and all the other BS that's involved with it.
Right.
So they've got one more game against the Thunder that's coming up in a couple of weeks. I think it's like 10 days from now. That will be telling. And then, the game that they had against the Cavs a couple nights ago was not great.
It was not great. No, exactly. I mean,
and Donovan Mitchell didn't even play in that game.
He didn't even play in that game. That's the biggest concerning point for me, is that he didn't play, and we still got beat by the Cavs in Cleveland, of course. But still, it just is. If we're not making some of our outside shots, they're kind of they know what to do. What Cleveland took Cade out of the game, basically.
Everybody's going to do that.
Yeah, that's exactly. You saw the recipe of what the playoffs are going to be like.
I mean, his scoring is way down because more and more people are setting their sights on him, and he's going to get worn down. I mean, the usage that he has to have in order to produce winning basketball is high as any player in the league.
Right.
And kudos to him. He's gotten in way better shape. He's able to take this, but not to be able to flip the ball out to Chauncey Billups.
Right.
I don't see them making it to the NBA Finals for sure.
Yes.
Unless Duncan Robinson gets super hot and stays hot,
right?
Or all of a sudden Ron Holland starts making these jumpers. He's been shooting a lot of threes, and he's not making a lot of threes.
No, he's building a lot of foundations around with brick by brick.
Yeah, I don't understand that. There was an interesting article in the news about Chaz Lanier, who was their first draft pick.
Yeah.
And he was a big-time shooter from Tennessee.
Yes, that's what he was known as.
I don't even think he's played any minutes for the Pistons. He's been tearing it up in the G League for a month and a half or so. And then where's Marcus Sasser?
I know he's been down deep on the bench, and not he showed up a little bit the other night, but it's just like it's like I don't know. Some of these guys get buried deep in the rotation, and you never see the light of day again.
Yeah, they have a couple of pretty easy games coming up here in the next week, and if I'm JB Bickerstaff, I start playing around with combinations,
sure.
Against the Wizards.
Yeah.
And some of these teams.
I think you have to. I think it's time to definitely mix things up a little bit. Maybe this group with this guy here works a little better. Is our offensive performance a little better?
They play the Nets, the Heat, and the Nets again in the next 3 games, okay?
It's time to go to the lab.
And then the Warriors. To me, those 4 games, they play the Lakers, they play the Hawks, they play the Pelicans. I mean, they've got a ton of easy games until they play the Timberwolves on March 28th.
Yeah.
And it'll be very interesting to see what he does. Because, I mean, obviously, look at Bickerstaff's done a great job.
Yes.
But as we're just discussing right now, he seems a little stubborn.
He does, yeah. So it's time for a few adjustments here. How do we adjust throughout? Because things change through this. It's a long season. We've played really well up to this point.
Yeah.
But it's time for an adjustment now. How do we adjust on the fly? And another concerning thing is, JC, is that how well some of those teams that are just going to maybe make it into the playoffs, the Charlotte Hornets, they're red hot, and they're a team that shoots the 3 with Con Knippel and guys like that.
Yeah.
Charlotte's
playing great basketball
really
right now.
Yeah, they're so that if there's a matchup there, so there's all kinds of things going on right now that draw your attention.
Yeah, but the one thing to think of in your back of your mind, and maybe Trey Langdon and Bickerstaff are on this page, is like, look at. There's no way, damn near impossible for us to win the NBA championship. This is a good basketball team. Right. This is not an NBA championship caliber basketball team.
Agreed.
So we're kind of playing with house money a little bit.
Right.
Sir Thompson sprained his ankle. He's going to be out for at least half of these games.
Yeah.
I mean, a sprained ankle, if a seriously sprained ankle, is about 10 days to 2 weeks in NBA time. So that's going to shuffle the lineup a little bit.
It will.
So maybe Marcus Sasser comes into the lineup. I don't know what that means.
Right.
But that's what I would do. I would see if Herter is actually going to be able to get you, 15 points in a night.
Yeah.
Or Chaz Lanier, can he get me 15 points in a night? Could Sasser do that? That's what they need, and not by driving to the rim.
Yes, that's exactly right. The modern NBA, we got the outside shooting. Is at a premium. Almost everybody shoots the 3 well now, and it's been like that for a while.
Yeah, except for us. Part of it is the kind of on who's the guy that had such a great year last year and he's under indictment now.
Oh yes, yes. Oh God, they were just talking about it yesterday too. He's been cleared by the feds, but the NBA hasn't finished their investigation.
I mean, we did not have nearly this problem scoring the ball last year. I mean, Cade wasn't as good as he is this year.
True.
Would have been an interesting team if we had Cade Cunningham this year on last year's team.
Yes.
Although Duran is improved dramatically as well. So,
sure.
It'd just be very disappointing to for this to end in a first round out.
Yeah, it would. Yes, it would be. That would be highly disappointing to have if we end up with the best record in the East or the top 2 and to exit in a first round playoff.
Jason
loss.
Tatum coming back tonight.
Yes, I see that.
Well, we'll see what that's about.
Yeah, he's only 10 months out.
Yeah, but they have made so much progress in these Achilles.
Yeah.
Because they've been happening so much.
Yeah, exactly. Like, wow, we better really get in.
Achilles on the way to the car, and I'm back in here.
Yeah, right.
So, on the other end of the basketball spectrum, Michigan kind of half-assed it against Iowa and still won that game.
They did.
Yeah.
You were kind of wondering what kind of effort would, but at Hawkeye Carver Arena, Iowa's going to give you an honest
They did.
game.
Yeah, they did give you an honest game. It was a defensive effort.
Right.
But, Michigan has enough talent to overcome not a great.
Right.
Lundenborg. How do you pronounce
Yeah,
that?
Lindenborg
Did not have a very good game.
No.
There was kind of some load management in that game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they got, obviously, the eye on the prize now is a deep tournament run, for sure.
And I love what this one, what Gator says on 97.1 The Ticket. They calls it the stupid or the dumb tournament.
Right.
Yeah.
The Big Ten tournament
Yeah,
there,
it's-
referencing, the tournaments before the tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it still means a lot to a lot of, I was kind of thinking of calling Greg Campy. They got bounced in the first round of the Horizon League, and so they had to win the Horizon League, which, I mean, if we'd interviewed Coach last week, he would have told us, I like our chances.
Yes.
They lost by a point
God.
at the buzzer, and that's what happens in the tournament. Mark Montgomery is doing a pretty good job for UAD. We'll see. They got a game tonight. We'll see if they can continue, maybe rolling towards the tournament. But the Big Ten tournament is going to be really important to a couple of teams here.
Sure.
Some bubble teams like Indiana.
Indiana wanting to get in.
But when you're Dusty May, you're like, I hope nobody gets hurt. We already got, LJ, not Case. And,
yeah.
No, it is Case.
It is Case, yeah.
So he's got a torn ACL, and that's not going to help anything.
No, for sure it cuts into that guard depth there, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
So,
you suffer another injury in a Big Ten tournament. I'm not,
Yeah. Spit there. No.
But that could happen. That could happen to Arizona in the Big 12 tournament. I mean,
exactly.
And these tournaments aren't going away. But for the guys that are solidly in the tournament, what
do they? Yeah. At this point, you've had such a long regular season, and now you want to ramp it up for the postseason, meaning, in the field of 64 or whatever. And that's what your eye on the prize is now. The only
other reason to have the tournament for Michigan or UConn or anybody else is to stay. You don't want to not play basketball for 2 weeks.
Right. Yeah. There's a fine line there between getting the work in, staying sharp, doing things like that, but also not necessarily going over the top to try to win the tournament. If you're in Michigan's shoes.
I don't remember if we asked Greg Campy when we had him on a couple years ago when they beat Kentucky.
I know, that was so great.
But they had a week off. Before,
right.
Because right now there's a number of the lesser tier divisions
right.
are playing their tournament, so they're off for a week.
Right.
As the Big 10, Big 12, all the major power conferences have their tournaments.
Right.
So, and a very interesting thing, you never know what's going to happen in the tournament. Michigan State girls, who have had a fantastic year, they lost yesterday. And in the first round of the Big Ten tournament.
That's just wild. Yeah, that is like you said, tournament basketball. It happens,
it doesn't matter if it's high school and TC West. It just boom. There goes your ACL or your Achilles. You're done.
You are done, exactly. And so abruptly, it hits you like a Mack truck because you're just like, wow. Yeah. It's over, and you had higher aspirations than that, and it hurts.
That has always been the total charm of the NCAA tournament. That's why they call it March Madness.
That's right.
I mean, when we start watching these games coming up in 2 weeks, they will be showing the highlights of all the great last-second shots
by No Neck State beating a team that
or even the Grand Hill pass.
To Christian Leitner.
Is still probably the most memorable shot.
Oh, and they have great camera angles right behind Grand Hill throwing that baseball pass, and just turnaround jumper.
Yeah,
boom.
there's been a ton of them, and more to come.
Yes.
Here, in a couple of weeks or so, and it is still my favorite time of the year. It's a little different, I don't know if we'll ever see like a Butler now in NIL. You're not going to see a team, like everybody's talking about Miami of Ohio. Undefeated.
Right. Do they deserve?
I mean, their record is. I mean, the teams that they've beaten are insanely bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Their strength of schedule is like 103.
Oh, it's like what? There's of the qualified teams. They're only about 10 worse than theirs. I mean, they really have that.
But there's a lot of talk that a lot of teams just didn't want to play them, and that happens to mid-majors, good mid-majors.
Yeah.
Wisconsin turned them down. Connecticut turned them down. Some other team turned down. When Dickie V was running UAD, he had to beg, really go in the press and say, Michigan's afraid to play us.
Right.
Michigan State's afraid to play. And they were.
Right.
Yeah, because it looked horrible on your record.
If you're a good big school, you have nothing to win by playing that team.
Yeah.
Because if you get beat by them, and then all of a sudden that lack of confidence seeps into your kids, I mean, it's a no-win situation.
It's a no-win situation when you're a good mid-major, and nobody wants to play you.
Right.
Yeah.
It's true.
I mean, God bless U of M and MSU for playing Oakland U. That's strictly because of the relationship with Greg Campy.
That's exactly right.
Because and it hasn't happened. There's been a couple of really close calls with Michigan State and Oakland U, but Oakland has never been able to get over that hump.
Right. But like you said, they've had some nice battles.
Yeah.
And it's cool now they play down in the Motor City.
Yep.
So that's a real cool LCA. Yep. That's super cool.
All right. When we return, we've got the Destination NHL. And with the beautiful Autumn from the airport, and we're also going to have a conversation with Susie Dutcher from the Kalkaska Kings.
Nice.
Yeah, our professional hockey league just down the road. So we've got a lot coming up. We'll hear from Gordo as well. All the usual suspects, and maybe a couple of surprises here on Friday Face-Off on Up North Sports Radio, brought to us by tvcairport.com.
Brr, it's downright frigid out there.
No kidding. But I've got just the thing to warm you up. Shanty Creek is serving up something hot.
Really? Like what?
This winter at Shanty Creek Resort, book a minimum 2-night stay at the Lakeview Hotel and receive half-off lift tickets. No blackout dates, and the hotel has stunning views of northern Michigan's winter wonderland. This stay and ski package is perfect for any winter getaway.
Half-off ski and amazing winter views? I'm sold.
The perfect ski hamlet for the whole family. Get cozy at Shanty Creek Resort, shantycreek.com.
You've got it tuned to 101.1 WGRY, the place for all the Tigers, Pistons, and Red Wings action, plus 97.1 Detroit Sports Radio Network, powered by your Gaylord Gardner White Up North Sports Radio.
TVC's travel tip of the day. Ready for a change of scenery? Now's the perfect time to book your ticket to the sun. Seats are filling fast, so don't wait. Book your winter and spring getaway today. Explore all your flight options at tvcairport.com.
The golf season for 2026 is already open at Grandview Golf Club. Their state-of-the-art TrackMan simulators are so realistic your game won't skip a beat. Call 231-258-3244 to book an hour in the brand new bar and clubhouse. Play the most iconic golf courses in the world without the cost or travel. Grandview Golf Club is putting their winter golf league together right now. Hit some balls, have some drinks and great food, and play golf year-round at Grandview Golf Club.
Nominations for the Traverse City Record Eagles Simply the Best 2026 Reader's Choice Contest are open. Nominate your favorite businesses, organizations, and professionals in Northern Michigan for well-deserved recognition. Nominate once daily in each category through Friday, May 8th. Simply the Best in 2025 broke records, more than 29,000 nominations and more than 39,000 votes. It's more important than ever to support your favorites and help them stand out above the rest. Simply the Best voting begins May 11th, so nominate now at record-eagle.com/simplythebest.
Start your engines and blaze your way to Bay Mills Resort and Casino. With fresh snow, groomed trails, and amazing views, Bay Mills is Michigan's premier destination for snowmobiling all winter long. Once you let the engine cool down, come warm up with a hot meal at the Back Bay Grill and Games, or test your luck on the casino floor where it gets even hotter. Follow us on Facebook or visit baymillscasinos.com for more information. Bay Mills Resort and Casino. Your vacation starts here.
All right, it's time for Destination NHL. I've got the beautiful and talented Autumn McLaren on the phone with us from TVC Airport. Autumn, who are we jinxing today?
I don't know. I guess the world is our oyster here. Let's think about this.
Yeah.
Let's not jinx the Pistons because they're having a terrific season.
They sure are.
So let's not do that.
Okay. No. No, we just know that if there's one loss out of the group, then Kevin is going to throw you under the bus.
Oh, he totally will. And so that's why we got to keep this perfectly clean. This record has to be straight moving forward.
All right, where are we headed?
We are headed. How about let's start with spring training season.
Yeah.
Let's go to Florida, right? Let's see the Tigers. Spring training, sunny Florida. They have several games. They're
Hello.
To Orlando Sanford for $286 round trip. The trick is you got to leave today. You got to be ready by the 12:15 departure.
Ooh, okay,
it returns next Friday. So yeah, get your bags packed, head to Florida, and check out some spring training.
Well, I know we've got a lot of different destinations from Allegiant down to Florida, and that's been keeping the airport busy. A couple on the back end of the Red Wings season. You've got some really inexpensive flights to see them take on the Florida Panthers and the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Yes. So our next one is the Florida Panthers. As you mentioned, they are away. You can also take the Allegiant flight. Fort Lauderdale has returned. You can leave March 9th and return March 13th and catch them against the Florida Panthers, and that is just $144 round trip. How about that?
Well, and it's funny, and we always say this with Kevin, and you know it as well. That flight last week was $99, which, $140 is still ridiculously inexpensive to fly to Fort Lauderdale. But it just points out the fact that the longer you wait, the higher the flights are going to go.
Yeah, exactly. So you really want to jump on those. And we have some pricing later on in the NHL season. The Red Wings schedule, for example, away against the Florida Panthers again, April 15th. And again, you can fly Allegiant to Fort Lauderdale for just $96.
There you go.
So if you want to catch them against the Florida Panthers again on April 15th, get onto Allegiant.com, grab that flight for just $96.
And another great thing about where Allegiant flies into, their airport's just like TVC Airport. In and out, you're flying into – the difference between flying into Fort Lauderdale as opposed to Miami Airport is like an extra hour of time to spend in Florida. Picking up your bags and just walking out to the curb, and you're right on the beach in about a half an hour.
Right, just the convenience of our small airport, and you will get that at those smaller airports in Florida as well, where Allegiant flies to. So the convenience of walking right to your car. And now we have an economy lot, so even more affordable parking that you can the shuttle picks you up right at your car or nearby, drops you off right at the terminal, and then you have a short walk to the TSA checkpoint and a very short wait in that checkpoint, and then right to your gate.
Yeah, and we're Cheryl and I are flying out of TVC Airport tonight at 7:30. Quick stop in Chicago, and then out to Denver. The nonstops haven't started to Denver yet, but the convenience of the parking and the no line through security, you cannot beat all the amenities at TVC Airport. Yeah.
No, thank you for flying, and that economy lot is $11 a day. Can't beat that.
You can't beat that. All right, Autumn, thanks. Good job. We have this on. We recorded this, so we're going to send it to Kevin, and he can chew on it.
Yes, I love it.
All right.
Okay, have a great weekend.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, bye-bye.
There you go. We're excited about our travel there.
Yeah, absolutely. Autumn always does a nice job there when Kevin is not available. So, fine job. Again, we talk about it all the time. Just Cherry Capital TVC over there in Traverse City is just absolutely primo place to fly in and out of.
All right, we're going to get some local hockey flavor going on right now, gang. Susie, hi, how are you? Hold on, we're going right on. All right, if you haven't been paying attention, we've got professional hockey right here in our backyard, the Kalkaska Kings. And Susie, how do I pronounce your last name? I'm sorry. Susie, are you there?
Yep, can you hear me all right?
Yeah. Hello.
Sorry, the signal's not great here.
Oh.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yep.
Sorry about that. Last name's Dutcher.
Dutcher, right. So Susie Dutcher, the president, what is your title with the Kalkaska Kings?
I'm the GM.
General Manager, yeah. So tell our listeners a little bit about the Kalkaska Kings, that league, and how much fun the hockey is happening at the Coliseum.
Oh, we're having a great time. We are ranked number 1 in the North Division. We're a semi-pro senior A men's hockey team. So full contact and big hits, lots of fun. We have a great group of guys, and we're hoping to seal our championship this year.
We've got a big weekend of hockey at the Coliseum.
Yes, we take on two of the original 4 teams in the league this weekend, the Muskegon Voyagers and Waterford Sharks, and they're always a challenge.
Yeah, always a traditional rival. So what time is the game on Saturday and then on Sunday?
Saturday evening, puck drops at 7 p.m. and Sunday at 1 p.m. Sunday, we're also doing a kids takeover day, so all kids 12 and under get in for free. And if you go to our social media, Kalkaska Kings on both Instagram and Facebook, you'll find out some more information there. We're doing a kids takeover where we have a few limited spots where they can shadow different people within the organization for the beginning of the game. And then we're also hosting a community skate afterwards for free as well.
That's awesome. And then, I mean, you don't break the bank if you're just buying tickets as an adult.
Adults are $10, and then first responders, military are $5, and students are $5.
Yeah. So, and you're right up close to the action, like you said, the big hitting, hard charging guys that are, really give their all on the ice. And for $10, you can't park at Little Caesars Arena. So
right. No, you cannot.
No, you cannot.
We also offer concessions, too, from the Coliseum as well. We do Chuck-a-Puck. We have some merch. We have the jerseys that the guys wear. You can purchase those on site as well, from youth through adults. So
yeah, they're nice jerseys, too. I
fun.
love the green and gold of the Kalkaska Kings. It's a great logo.
Thank you. We feel the same about it.
Yeah, and no, the concessions are good. It is a great family night out, Rich. Like we said,
Right.
$10 for adults. Kids will be free on Sunday, but the kids are $5 if they're student age, and just a great family night out that you can afford.
Right. Now, also, are
Exactly.
these are players that are trying to possibly get recognized, or these are guys that want to continue their hockey careers,
Yeah.
and get, you know what I mean, because they love the game of hockey.
Yeah, so some of our guys are retired players that
Okay.
just want to keep going.
Right.
A lot of collegiate players, and then we do have some trying to move through, move up in
Yeah.
the
Okay.
leagues, and so we We call it's a working man's league. Everybody, including myself, we all have day jobs, and this just kind of keeps the fun, keeps the dream going. So
sure,
no doubt about it. And make plans to get out. Now, Susie, I know we got a big weekend of hockey. How many more weeks of the season? We go into April, right?
So, yep, playoffs will start in April.
Yeah.
Right now we have a doubleheader home this weekend. I believe we travel. I don't have our schedule in front of me. We travel next weekend to St. Ignace, and then I think we have another one off at home, and then we finished our season with a doubleheader home stand the very end of this month. And then current rankings, we will have a bye for the first round of playoffs, so we won't start second round until mid-April.
Yeah, we're going to get. I'll get that schedule on our Up North Sports Radio Facebook page, so people can follow along, and we'll keep everybody abreast of when, if they can't make it this weekend, Saturday at 7 or Sunday at 1 to see the Kalkaska Kings. We'll make sure they know when they can throughout the rest of the season.
Perfect. Appreciate it.
Susie, thanks for taking time out. Like you said, I know you have another. Are you there? Okay. I was going to say, Susie's got another job.
Right. No, it's hard inside the Coliseum. There are a lot of cement and steel all around.
She's not at the Coliseum.
Oh, she's
not
at
her job.
Oh, okay.
She works at Boyne on top of everything
Oh,
else.
wow.
Yeah, so Susie's a busy gal. Wanted to get some of that information out. The Coliseum, the rink is great.
Yes.
It's solid ice and really good seat. I mean, you're right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Sitting right on top of the action.
And the crowd's been really good. I mean, it's a good team. Sorry, my signal cut out. So, when we return, we'll talk a little bit more Red Wings. I was getting texts from Gordo. About that. The what was it? Some cross-checking.
Oh, yeah.
Put Dylan Larkin out of the game for quite a bit. It was a scary little play. We'll probably talk about potential trades and a lot more stuff coming up in sports here when we return on Up North Sports Radio's Friday Face-Off, brought to us by TVCAirport.com. Go Kalkaska Kings.
It's time for the Up North Sports Radio Northern Michigan Trail Report, brought to you by your Michigan Toro authorized dealer, Outdoor Equipment Co. in Houghton Lake, Lansing, and Detroit. OutdoorEquipCo.com. Toro, count on it.
I'm Melissa Sullivan, outdoor enthusiast and your host. Conditions are shifting as we move into early March. While the UP remains in excellent shape, the northern lower peninsula is entering a transitional phase with a significant warming trend on the horizon. In Kalkaska and Cadillac, the trails are still holding a decent pace, but things are starting to soften up. You'll find great stretches, but keep an eye out for thin corners and ice as that sun starts to peek through today. Over in St. Helen and Houghton Lake, conditions are getting a bit technical. We're seeing a thinner base with some wet spots in low-lying areas. If you're on your sleds, keep your expectations in check, or better yet, head north to the Highway 72 where the snow belts are still holding strong. For ORV crowds, the forest roads are looking great, but remember to watch for snowmobile traffic that still could be out there. And no matter what you're driving, remember to ride right, ride safe, and don't leave your trash, leave a good impression. Visit us on UpNorthSportsRadio.com for more information on how to ride safe.
This has been your Up North Sports Radio Northern Michigan Trail Report, brought to you by your Michigan Toro authorized dealer, Outdoor Equipment Co. in Houghton Lake, Lansing, and Detroit. OutdoorEquipCo.com. Toro, count on it. Take on the most challenging winter conditions with the Toro PowerMax 826 snowblower. Self-propelled with 6 speeds forward and 2 speeds in reverse, lets you go at your own pace. The PowerMax has triggerless steering, night vision, and anti-clogging system. This snowblower is the total package. Head to your local Toro authorized dealer, Outdoor Equipment Co. in Houghton Lake, Lansing, and Detroit, or visit OutdoorEquipCo.com. Toro, count on it.
Who can help me with health insurance? Janssen Insurance. What about Medicare? Janssen Insurance. Who can help me with my home and auto? Janssen Insurance. I'm buying a boat, a camper, side-by-side, motorcycle. Who can help with that? Jansen Insurance. I own a business. Who can help me with insurance for that? Jansen Insurance. Call Jansen Insurance today to discuss your needs at 989-348-6711. Request a meeting online or simply stop by the office. We look forward to the opportunity to earn your business.
The Spring Refresh Sale at your Gaylord Gardner White Furniture Store lets you spruce up your home or cottage and save an extra 30% on top of our industry low prices. Your purchase may even qualify for our special We Pay Your Sales Tax plan. Instead of paying Uncle Sam, let Gaylord Gardner White do it for you. Visit the friendly Gaylord Gardner White store on M32 across from Meyer in Gaylord. Same owners, same location, all new attitude. The Kalkaska Kings bring professional hockey to your own backyard. All the hockey excitement, skating, the goals, and the hits for a fraction of the price of the NHL at the nearby Kalkaska Coliseum. Just $10 or $5 for seniors and students. The Kalkaska Kings are leading the league, so cheer them on this winter at the cozy Coliseum. Check out the Kalkaska Kings on Facebook for the schedule, scores, and stats. See you rinkside at the Coliseum for Kalkaska Kings action.
Yes, there you go. We just talked to Susie Dutcher. Very briefly, big goings-on at Shanty Creek as we get down to the end of the ski season, Rich. Tomorrow's the Slush Cup. Starts at 2 o'clock. You've got skiers and riders attempting to cross a 40-foot icy pond at the base of the mountains. Some make it across. Rich doesn't.
No, I do not. No.
Rich sinks like a stone.
I do. Yeah. But it's entertaining.
It's very entertaining. Rich does it because he gets a free pass to the breakfast and
That's
prime
right.
rib buffet. But you won't. But there's a costume contest, yard games, food, drinks. It is a party, folks, and the weather's going to be really cool tomorrow. So you want to do that. Shish Mountain opens for skiing until 9 o'clock. Then they've got Collision 6 tomorrow night at Ivans. So just party all day, all night. They've got special rates on rooms. Tomorrow, of course, between now and March 13th, you can get 25% off the season passes for next year. Passes start as low as $205, unlimited skiing for next season at Shanty Creek. And then next weekend is the Irish weekend. Themed activities all day. Blarney Stone Rail Jam, we have nothing to do with that. Shamrock Slide, we have nothing to do with that. Out Cold Challenge, Lucky Charm Scavenger Hunt. But dress in green and find some friend out on the slopes. And then the last weekend of the season, which is March 21st, is Denim Days. If you show up in your jeans, lift tickets are just $10. No jeans, no big deal. Dig in the closet, it's worth it. So there you go. All the great goings-on at Shanty Creek as we round out what has been one hell of a ski season, Rich.
It certainly has. And those prices to buy early are amazing.
$205.
Oh, my gosh.
You think about how much
Come
skiing,
on.
How much skiing you could have done at Shanty Creek this year.
Yeah. Oh,
And
that's
they do a fantastic job.
dirt cheap.
We got Gordo on the phone. Gordon Miller Lending.
Gordo.
Hey, Rich. Hey, guys.
Hey, bud. Gordon, I'm considering banning you from going to any type of Detroit and or Michigan events in the near future.
You referring to last Saturday's Red Wing game, I'm assuming.
Yes, that is true.
And I sat right behind the net, and I am just not a Cam Talbot fan at all. He made himself small that whole game, and then at the end of regulation against Vegas, he did the same thing. Yeah. I don't. Can anybody answer why they don't like Sebastian Cossa enough to bring him up?
No.
I think they did initially.
But they
didn't play him.
Yeah, they didn't play him.
Right.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, exactly. See what you have at that level. He's done well down with the Griffins in Grand Rapids. You got to see what you have here.
I was disappointed to see that when Gibby came right back that they sent him right back down to Grand Rapids. The kid really deserves a shot as a backup at least. I mean, at this stage, how many years can you leave a guy in Grand Rapids winning Calder Cups? I just don't know.
Yeah, I'm with you 100% on that, Gordon, because, it's time. It's time to see what you have. Bring him up. Talbot needs to, I believe, go. And just see what you have, man. Yeah,
and today at 3:00 is the big day. What is there anything brewing other than the David Perron deal that I've? That's
Well,
all
there's
I've
a
heard about so
lot
far.
brewing.
Yeah.
I mean, the Trocheck deal, it's by all accounts, 97 won the ticket. Miller Lending, a specialty. The talk is that the prices are insanely high. It is a seller's market in the NHL right now. I don't know if that, if some pressure will come at the deadline.
Right.
If you the Rangers, they have the worst record in the Eastern Conference. Trocheck would look really good in a Red Wings jersey. I know in a perfect world, you'd like to get another center and another defenseman. What Stevie is willing to spend is what it's all going to boil down to, right?
Robert Thomas would be a nice addition, but like you said, I have no idea what the prices would be. Now with Trocheck, he went to Birmingham Sea Home for a year, so bring him back home.
According to the radio, the price for Robert Thomas from the St. Louis Blues is 2 first-round picks and 2 frontline first 3-line players.
Wow.
There's no way
that's a bit much.
Yzerman's not doing
Yeah,
it.
that's crazy talk.
Yeah, I mean, if we're getting Sergei Fedorov in his prime, I would think about it.
Right.
Yeah, no kidding. I do have to add real quick, the only slushie that I've ever seen for an event was at 7-Eleven, and I did do my first cold plunge at the gym 2 days ago, and I still can't feel my toes. Is that a bad thing?
No, it's not. You should feel great.
Okay, good.
As soon as the lake is unfrozen, I go down there for a cold plunge. And, I know what you mean. You may be kidding. You may not be kidding.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
Yeah, the last time in the lake was in the end of October.
Okay. Yeah.
And it was really freaking farkin' cold.
Yeah.
And I thought I may have overdone it because, 4 hours later, I couldn't stop shivering. I'm like, maybe I did something. I did some damage. But when you do it the right way, it's really good for inflammation and old guys like us, Gordo.
Oh, I did feel great after, but I will be seeing my doctor here at 11:15 to discuss the toe paralysis that has taken over my body. But it'll be okay. They converted a jacuzzi into a cold plunge, which I thought was interesting. But
yeah.
Why not? And it's always empty with lots of warning signs, but I don't know what that means.
That's probably very smart. Now, when I was a super athlete, we used to do the cold plunges, and that was dynamite. And that's what they do with these kids now.
Yes.
Even in high school, you go into the TC West gym, and they got 3 cold plunges, and the kids get in there for 10 minutes, and it really
10 minutes.
Yeah.
Those young guys do that.
Yeah, 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah, right. I made it, I think I counted 38 seconds, and I was so excited. Yeah. But it was also my first time.
I'm pretty sure that you need to be in there a little longer than that. I count about 5 minutes to myself laying in the lake with only my head outside of it, and then try to walk
after
because we
up the hill
up the hill my own little private beach on Fife Lake. I go up the stairs and I'm like, I sound like an Indian chant.
Now, for those that don't know, the only difference between Rich and I and you is that you're a former D1 athlete, so I'm expecting you to be in there for like 25 minutes, but it's okay.
No.
I understand that was a long time ago.
No, we could go on this topic for a while, but the overriding theme from the newspapers, radios, and everything else is how worried are you about the Pistons and the Wings both playing as poor? I mean, this Red Wings swoon, is getting pretty damn predictable now. March, we do not march in the month of March. We kind of backslide.
And it's been tied to the trade deadline week the last 2 years. I mean, because we had the Ottawa destruction, we had the Montreal destruction, and it was each time going into those games where Stevie wanted to see something that he, then came out of it saying, I'm not looking to just squeak into the last playoff spot. We're either going to contend or we're going to keep working on it. And man, I know they've lost 6 straight times in Carolina, but the effort, and I also know that McClellan called them out after the game, and he should have, because the effort was horrible. I mean, it really was, and I think Larkin fell 3 times during that game, and I thought, is this the after effect of South Beach still, or what? Because that's a heck of a time zone change for 2 weeks in your body, and you don't feel it typically right away. You feel it, day 3, day 4. So, hopefully this doesn't continue again. But it was also the disappointment that was expressed by Larkin at the last deadline.
Yes.
If they go into this and they don't help the team, then yeah, they'd go into a swoon, potentially, because look at the standings. Is it 6 points out of missing the playoffs right now? So it's not like this is locked up. It's a conference that's all bunched up.
Right.
Well, it's a super interesting game tonight. They're home versus the Panthers. The defending Stanley Cup two-time champions, who are well out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Kachuk has. I mean, 3 of their guys have barely played hockey this year. But the Wings lose this game, and things look really bad. And they got the Devils, then they play the Panthers down there, and the Lightning. So, the trade deadline is today.
Yeah.
And no help coming unless you think that some of these guys down at the Griffins, what have they lost, 4 games all year? Some ridiculous winning percentage going on down there. I mean, if the Wings had the Griffins record, you'd be penciling in a Stanley Cup championship already.
That's the one thing I think over the last 10, 15 years that has confused me more than anything is, I try to correlate it to baseball. Mm-hmm. And if Toledo had a record of 93-17, you would assume that half that team would be in Detroit.
Yeah.
And that they had shown that they excelled against that competition, and it's all those same guys that are moving on up. So, it's been a strange dynamic with all the Calder Cups and no playoff appearances for the team up here. And I just, I'm hoping Stevie can make a real trade, because I was happy to see, he at least he gave up a draft pick finally,
right?
To acquire David Perron, but it's like, you're holding on to guys that there's not enough roster spots for, and if it's Danielson or if it's someone else, you can't hold on to these guys. And then you do have the feeling, right, that if they brought in a defenseman, right-handed defenseman, go get Dougie Hamilton, do something bigger. If you got a Trocheck or even a Thomas, but let's say Trocheck and like a Hamilton, you got to expect that team would win a series and maybe get lucky. I don't know. They can play with anybody.
Well,
it
here's
seems.
the deal. Chris Ilitch allowed Scott Harris to make some moves that brought a lot of hope.
Yeah.
If you hear the noise coming out of the locker room in Lakeland from the Tiger players, everything has changed. There is a lot of excitement on the team.
Sure.
The players, they have confidence in us. And Mike Ilitch was the king of making, how involved was Mike Ilitch with his general managers to make a move? I mean, nothing more famous than when Maglio went down and he goes, go get the best player we could possibly get. And Cecil Fielder shows up, or Prince Fielder shows up in 3 days after the guy's injured. So I cannot, and it looks like Chris may be bending. So is Chris man enough to walk into Steve Yzerman's office and go, I don't care what you do, get better players on this hockey team? Because that's what Mike would do.
You know what I was blown away by yesterday was the story down here, and that was that the Hurricanes owner sold 12% of the Hurricane team.
Okay.
At a $2.6 billion valuation for a team that he bought for $700 million in 2018.
17%
If
for
that-
$2.6 billion. That doesn't make. That can't be right.
12% valuation. Think Shark Tank. So they put in 12% to buy of $2.6 billion.
Oh, to buy of
So-
the 2.6.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
So in essence, he got close to his original acquisition
Right.
back,
For 12%.
and now he's still got equity of $2 billion in that franchise.
Right.
So, understanding when Mike left and the NHL changed to a salary cap, and then, the Hosta deal where Chicago tried to circumvent and everything was going nuts, they enforced a hard cap, and they changed the balance of the league.
Yeah.
And, this just, it would be extremely odd that if these teams are now worth that much, you got to make a run.
Yes.
You've got to go ahead and get the playoff revenue. You've got to go ahead and turn the corner. Carolina sells out now every game because they've been in the playoff run and near the top of the conference. They choke in the second round every year, but, the
Hey,
fans
they have a
still
cup.
keep pouring money in.
They have a cup.
They have
Gordo.
Yep.
Yeah, they won a Stanley Cup.
Yep, 2006.
Yeah.
Okay, Gordo, we're going to put
Yep.
you on hold as we head to a quick break here on Friday Face-Off on Up North Sports Radio, brought to us by TVCAirport.com.
Brr, it's downright frigid out there.
No kidding. But I've got just the thing to warm you up. Shanty Creek is serving up something hot.
Really? Like what?
This winter at Shanty Creek Resort, book a minimum 2-night stay at the Lakeview Hotel and receive half-off lift tickets. No blackout dates, and the hotel has stunning views of northern Michigan's winter wonderland. This stay and ski package is perfect for any winter getaway.
Half off ski and amazing winter views? I'm sold.
The perfect ski hamlet for the whole family. Get cozy at Shanty Creek Resort, shantycreek.com. Nominations for the Traverse City Record Eagles Simply the Best 2026 Reader's Choice Contest are open. Nominate your favorite businesses, organizations, and professionals in northern Michigan for well-deserved recognition. Nominate once daily in each category through Friday, May 8th. Simply the Best in 2025 broke records, more than 29,000 nominations and more than 39,000 votes. It's more important than ever to support your favorites and help them stand out above the rest. Simply the Best voting begins May 11th, so nominate now at record-eagle.com/simplythebest.
Before too long, you'll be ready to work your land. Make it a whole lot easier with a new tractor from Outdoor Equipment Co. Carrying trusted brands like Bad Boy Tractors. From grading driveways to clearing your property, OECO tractors and implements are built to handle real work. Tough, reliable, and ready for whatever the job throws at you. Outdoor Equipment Co. Michigan's trusted source for sales, service, and parts. Outdoor Equipment Co. in Houghton Lake, Lansing, Detroit, and online at OutdoorEquipCo.com.
TVC's travel tip of the day. Ready for a change of scenery? Now's the perfect time to book your ticket to the sun. Seats are filling fast, so don't wait. Book your winter and spring getaway today. Explore all your flight options at tvcairport.com.
Sugar Ray! The 90s are back Saturday, March 21st at Soaring Eagle. Let's take it back to the best days. Sugar Ray with special guest Soul Asylum. Tickets from Sugar Ray and Soul Asylum start at $67 and are on sale now at the box office and etix.com.
Every morning there's a halo hanging from
Let's fly! Saturday, March 21st at Soaring Eagle. Come play with Sugar Ray and Soul Asylum. SoaringEagleCasino.com.
This is Up North Sports Radio, 101.1 WGRY. Powered by Gardner White Furniture on M33 in Gaylord. Same owners, same location, all new attitude.
All right, welcome back to Friday Face-Off here on Up North Sports Radio, brought to us by TVC Airport. JC in with Rich Calkins and Gordon Miller. And Gord, I was just checking the phones. No NHL deal announced yet so far today, although the Chargers signed the Beatas kid from the Commander.
The center. I thought the Lions. I thought that would be a good move for the Lions to shore up their center position, but not to. Not
Does it show what he does? Does it show Rich what he got? Or Jason? I'd be curious what the market is because you got Lindenbaum as
well. The reason why the Commanders cut him is he had 2 years left to go on a $20.7 million deal.
Yes, it was a financial move.
Yeah. I didn't know the Commanders were way over the cap. They shouldn't be. They have a rookie quarterback. You know, the funny money crap in football is hard to keep up with. Rich and I were just discussing off air, Gord. The Bears, moved DJ Moore. There's a lot of rumblings that they're either going to sign Linderbaum or Max Crosby. That doesn't help the Lions either way.
No.
Yeah, I've been reading a lot about that. I don't see Crosby going there. I just don't, because I think, all the rumors regarding that was that DJ Moore would be part of that deal. And if the Raiders are going to hold tight to 2 number ones, I don't see the Bears actually blowing that up either. But the thing that I don't get is, so with the Commanders, if you're going to release a guy that's got 2 more years, is it worse to make a trade for a 6th-round pick than it is nowadays to let the guy just go? Because that kind of contract would have fit so well in the Lions, cap space. To have a center at $10 million a year would have been great.
Well, and then that goes to show what, there's all these stories about the Lions not going to do much in free agency. And so, it's early on.
It is, yeah.
You can't, legal tampering doesn't start till Monday.
Monday, yeah.
So, hopefully there was the only hope that you can cling to is the fact that everybody was saying the same thing about the Tigers. So the Tigers aren't going to do anything. And then they do the 2 biggest signings
just before spring training starts.
So, we'll see if this is all about the owners ultimately, right? Is Sheila Ford Hemp going to go into Holmes' office and goes, "We are making the playoffs, so do something."
Yeah.
They got it. There's been no announcements yet about the restructures either, right? Because
that needs to take place first. Yeah. So that means you got to take some money out of the bank account and pay it up front.
They just did Watson. The Cowboys just did, who's the quarterback?
Pickens?
No, the quarterback.
Oh,
Prescott did restructured?
Dak Prescott.
Dak Prescott just got restructured.
Okay, yeah.
So I mean, and Goff's going to hit $70 million on the cap this year. That can't. The only problem is that you've got to stretch that out over like another 4 or 5 years. If you do restructure him, are you saying that you now are stuck with him for 4 or 5 years and that he is just it? I'm not sure if with this offensive line, he needs a pocket.
Yeah.
With a pocket, he's fine, but he needs a pocket.
Yeah, no question.
And the Monty trade, I'm surprised that Monty would ask for a trade at this point in his career.
Yeah.
You would think you'd want to split carries and be healthy, and I would think he would have had enough money by now.
I thought it was a good deal.
It
was a good deal for Holmes. I mean, I don't know if
the return was much better than I would have thought.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, especially if they get something out of Juice Scruggs.
Yeah. If he's a serviceable guy.
I don't know what happened to him. I mean, he started at center for them 2 years ago, almost the entire season, and he's a backup the next year. And the Texans had seriously bad offensive line play at the end of the year. So, maybe Hank Fraley can
use his magic touch.
He's a Penn State guy who went in the 2nd round.
Yeah, he's a high draft pick for a center. Yeah, exactly.
The Bears also released – the Bears are going to do something.
They're wheeling and dealing.
They released Tremaine Edmonds.
The linebacker.
Is that official now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I know they were talking about it, but I didn't know if that was official.
Yeah.
So,
ouch.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're going to do something.
Yeah, there's something brewing there for sure. But yeah,
they just opened up $35 million, right? That kind of fits a pass rusher.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the one thing if I was Brad Holmes, I'd be talking to Cam Jordan. I would not. You don't need to chase. There's like 8 or 9. How about Phillips, that played for the Eagles at the end of the year?
Phillips didn't.
You don't have to.
Phillips had one good game for
It's
them.
against the Lions.
Yeah, I'm just serious. I mean, he didn't do anything the last 4 games of the year. I get you with Cam Jordan. He's a 1-year deal.
Yes.
But he still had a great season last year, and he would be so good for this locker room. The guys would just
poop
in their pants to have Cam Jordan in there.
So there's been no news on Qasim Muhammad then either, who's going to be a free agent with 9.5 sacks beginning Monday, even if all those sacks were in 1 or 2 games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be, I don't know. I hate doing so much speculating and not, like analysis like Rich and I did with what's wrong with the Pistons. And but we got to let you go, Gordo, because we've got the high school Sportscape show to do. I don't know what we're going to talk about, but
we got a few games to talk about. We're gonna.
There's Brother Rice is going to play Wayne
Memorial,
in the quarterfinals, so that's exciting. So.
All right. Well, see, there's always something going on. That's all.
Yeah.
I mean, all we got today is NHL free agency ends at 3. There's NFL free agency tampering beginning Monday, so all the rumors are out there, all the restructures, all the late cuts, everything. So outside of that, just like the World Baseball Classic, it's a really boring time, guys.
Hey, Arnold Palmer, Bay Hill is going on, buddy. Don't talk about.
Sorry. All right.
And
I'm still stuck in slush at Shanty Creek, so I'm a little lost right now.
And but keep your eye on Kevin McGonigal. Is he going to make the team coming out of spring training?
If he doesn't, there's going to be a riot.
I don't know. It depends on if anybody else starts hitting before that.
True. Hopefully.
Him or Trey Sweeney. It's a tough call. I don't know which way they'll go.
Gordon Miller Lending. Thank you, sir.
See you, Gordo.
Bye-bye.
All right. See you, Rich.
All right,
Bye.
buddy. Bye.
He's
love the Gordo. Love him.
Yeah. All right, let's ground up.
At least he said he's not going to a sporting event this weekend where he's going to put the curse on the team there for sure. So anyway, JC's going to be getting a hold of James Cook. We have a few. We had last night we had some regional champs named, and so that was Beale City got the best of McBain in the third matchup. So. Yes, they did.
Wow.
Those rascals.
Okay.
So
hold on, James. It is time for the Sarah Automotive High School Sportscape show here on Up North Sports Radio. SarahInKalkaska.com or SarahGaylord.com. Lots of fantastic lease and sales prices on F-150s. James, Rich just kind of shocked me that the Beale City upset McBain.
They did again, and that was their first game of the regional. So they matched the two best teams in that region by far. Met up in the first game of regionals with Beale City beating McBain 51-48.
Yeah, that's that. Then Beale City went on and won by blowout in the regional final against Pinconning.
Yes.
I think by like 17 or something.
Held them to 34 points. Yeah, it was no contest whatsoever.
Yeah. So, the only team from our coverage area that ended up winning the regional was Onekama.
Yeah.
A bit of a surprise there, I
that
would say.
Was a shocker.
Most people, I think, expected Traverse City Christian to be that team.
Yeah, Christian got beat. Had that undefeated season, no more.
Yeah, but their best player was out.
Was it? Oh, okay. I did not know that. Yeah, the Portagers of Onekama won that one.
Yeah. Asher Coates has been out for quite a while.
Okay.
With a torn ACL. But yeah, Onekama played a great game. TC Christian didn't play bad. Onekama just played a pretty great game, and they're going to be moving on to the quarterfinals. I think this is only the 5th time ever that they've won a regional, and 3 of those were like in the 1960s or before.
Okay, yeah.
So the only ones that they won recently was one in 1997 when Nathan Bradford, who's the head coach, was a senior there, and they went to the Final Four, and that's the only time they've gone to the Final Four in school history. And then this year. So, and ironically, they're playing the same team, Wyoming Tri-Unity, that they lost in the Final Four in 1997.
Yeah. They're there every year. I mean, every single year they are at Wyoming Tri-Unity Christian. I mean, you could just pencil it in.
Yep, and they got them next Tuesday in Big Rapids in the quarterfinals, so in Division 4.
Okay.
Yeah, pull up the quarterfinals all along the way, Rich. And now you can understand the bracket when you go on the MSSA website. Up until this point, you're like, what?
Yeah, oh yeah, there's all kinds of good quarterfinal action.
Well, like we predicted, especially in Class A, Rich my brother Rice Warriors are going to play Wayne Memorial.
Yeah, that's a matchup there
Yeah,
for sure.
But there's got to be a couple of those, like East Kentwood.
They got beat last night
Yeah.
by 2. Yeah, they did. They had East Lansing still. They're going to play Ann Arbor Pioneer.
Yeah.
In the quarters. That's a great matchup there. Of course, we talked about the Wayne Memorial and Brother Rice matchup as well. So yeah, East Lansing, they dominated Kalamazoo Central 68-39
Well, they are defending state champions.
Yeah,
and they didn't lose anybody.
No,
the Torbert kid's still there. You know.
Rockford, of course, beat Marquette by like 20. We knew that was happening 58-39. Now Rockford takes on Grand Rapids Northville. That's the team that beat East Kentwood by 2 last night.
Yeah, that's a surprise.
Yes, and
that East Kentwood team was obviously that Northwood
super
team
athletic team. Another quarterfinal matchup in Division I. Auburn Hills Avondale takes on Roseville. So that's one of those. Both the Avondale 25-1. So yeah, they've had Roseville 19-6 overall. And I got one more here.
One more.
Let me see. Who do we have here? That was, and I think that's it. That's all we have.
Yeah, Roseville over Macomb or Lance Cruz. It's interesting that Rockford, you could have seen them play fairly locally if you wanted to, because they had to play that game against Marquette in Lake City.
In Lake City, yeah. I was really surprised that the small gym of Lake City drew that Division I matchup.
Yeah, I was a little surprised too. It must have been a gym that was open, but I would think the ones in Traverse City would have been open. So
yeah,
so I'm not sure why they went with Lake City rather than Traverse City or someplace bigger, like Cadillac or
they got it for free.
Exactly.
Gaylord or something.
Got a good price on this gym here to take care of that. But
Lake City does have a nice gym. It's just not as big as
Right, exactly.
Like
Yeah.
Gaylord or Cadillac or Traverse City or something.
Yeah,
they had the story went that on Tuesday, Rice played Martin Luther King at Renaissance, and they had to turn away over 300 people.
Is that right? Yeah, that's what you want at these high-end games and all. Going to regional finals.
Renaissance is what, a Class C or Class
people
D
standing
school,
out in the line with huge lines to get into the gym and all that when they had double headers. That was
they could have easily had it at Callahan Hall, where they have a lot of these games. That's where Rice is playing Wayne Memorial at Callahan Hall. So, and they're going to get 5,000 people for that game easy.
Yes. Yeah, and James, if there's no other boys action, there are some girls that are playing now for a district championship tonight, including.
Oh yeah, there's lots of girls districts going on tonight still.
For sure, yeah. Harbor
you might want to have James on tomorrow. If you've got time, James, I'm not going to be here.
Right.
If you've got a little time to get on the phone with Rich tomorrow for the to
we
get some of these scores in on the girls' games, that would be super helpful.
I'll see if I can do that.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll schedule you in. That would be good. I think I'm going to have Coach Pat Schultz on. He's playing for Gaylord St. Mary, not playing, but coaching St. Mary's against Joburg, a team they.
Wow.
So
now there is a rivalry.
Yes.
The Joburg girls, St. Mary's girls, they play in the regular season. They play a pink out game. That's been going on for a long time. That's going to be where's that game at?
That was in Elba, of all places.
Oh, God.
Yes. Talk about small gyms.
Talk about small. That is not. I don't think that's a regulation size.
Oh
gym.
no,
I'm certain
I
of
think
that.
it's like the Grayling Elementary School.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
No,
I mean,
I'm
not
100% sure.
No disrespect at all. I'm just saying it's not a big
That
facility.
is not a 72-foot court. I would bet my life on it. So the pressing snowbirds are.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, they're going to be in your lap right there for sure. So that's what's really cool. That's setting up for a regional next week at Joburg Lewiston of Gaylord St. Mary's, Mayo, potentially Frankfurt or Leland. And so that's going to be a really good. My daughter Grace and I are going to go up and watch some action up there next week. So we've already got it planned out. And the winner of Buckley Central Lake as well. is going to be up
Is
there.
the Mayo girl up to 5,000 points?
Oh,
yet?
my, yeah, exactly. I think she just, maybe went over 6,000 last night. But no, she's just, Mia McGregor is
Mia
just.
McGregor.
Yeah.
They singled her out in the news when they were talking about Division IV in girls basketball.
Yeah, she's been the Division
She's
IV
already
Player
over
of the
three-
Year,
yeah,
freshman, sophomore.
sophomore,
And she's just a junior now.
Yeah, she's a junior, and she's already scored over 3,000 points.
Yeah. Kind of crazy for sure. Yeah. But, the inside story, they had to recruit. Her mother is the coach, had to recruit 2 or 3 girls this year. They hadn't played basketball in a long time just to have enough numbers on the Mayo team this year. So there's a little fall off.
I don't think she passes the ball too often. I'm open.
I'm open as soon as I get over half court.
World be free.
Yes.
I'm open. I just walked into the gym.
Yep. I'm always open.
Yeah.
So.
James, are you there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Good.
Still hanging around.
I didn't. You didn't.
Yeah, James,
not really chiming in much today.
A bummer for Traverse City West, of course. I don't know if we talked about that last week at all, but for them to go down back up to Marquette, and take one on the chin. But Marquette played the far better game for sure. Just a rough way for their season to come to a screeching halt.
Yeah, I was kind of going to ask you how that game went because I wasn't able to watch it myself, covered other things or whatever. But
it didn't go well. They
No.
picked a bad time to play their worst game of the season.
Sure. Yeah.
And Marquette played them tough, and Carter Grubb was kind of bottled up. They did a nice job of they pressed us, they did all made us go 90 feet with effort, and they had a big kid down low again. Of course they graduated the big redheaded kid who went on to play collegiately. Yeah, he's at Lake State.
Yeah, and then but they got big country there. He was about 6'6", 260. And just dominated down low when they needed to. But their guard play stood out. They were hitting threes and off the dribble, driving to the hole, and we couldn't stop them. And so it was just, it was a great performance by Marquette.
One of those things.
Yeah.
Just that's what happens in the tournament. That's why we love it so much.
Yes, because anything can happen.
Mm-hmm.
So, So, anyway, are you going anywhere tonight, James?
Yeah, I'm going to be going to Glen Lake for the girls basketball district final there.
Okay.
So that should be a pretty good one between Kingsley and Glen Lake. Kingsley's 18-4, Glen Lake's 15-8. So
nice.
Should be a good matchup. Both teams pretty good and pretty deep. So I'm expecting there to be quite a bit of running in this game if Kingsley gets their way because they like to press quite a bit.
Good. Yeah. That's it. We'll talk about the girls' action tomorrow. If you've got 10 to 12 minutes of your time tomorrow, we'll talk about that on the scoreboard show.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Good.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, there's a decent number of district finals tonight. Traverse City Central is playing up in Marquette on the girls' side. And there was an interesting district on the girls' side because nobody in that district started the postseason with a record above 500.
Isn't that wild that you'll get certain districts like that? You look at some of the regional games where you had teams advancing with below 500.
The weather is brought to you by Shanty Creek Resort. Winter fun awaits atop Shush Mountain. Season passes are available now. So check out all your options at shantycreek.com. It's always a beautiful day at Shanty Creek.
Happy Friday. It's WN10 meteorologist Haley Fischetti, and here's a look at today's forecast. Heading outside to rain showers across the region, really starting to move in as we're expecting to see those soggy conditions throughout the day. Bringing in some thunderstorms as well, as we do have a severe threat across our region. Expecting to see more of those warmer temperatures stick around, 40s, 50s, and 60s. Tonight, mild temperatures will be there as well as those gusty winds, as thunderstorms are expected throughout the night. Heading into tomorrow with some rain and storms for Saturday morning, and those highs staying well above average. Of all the details over on 9 and 10 News.
The spring refresh sale at your Gaylord Gardner White Furniture Store lets you spruce up your home or cottage and save an extra 30% on top of our industry low prices. Your purchase may even qualify for our special We Pay Your Sales Tax plan. Instead of paying Uncle Sam, let Gaylord Gardner White do it for you.